All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Aaron Hunziker. Can you see my screen? If so, type in a yes in the chat box for me. Type in yes or the letter Y. I would greatly appreciate it. Want to make sure everybody can hear me. Just transfer it over. If you can hear me loud and clear, you can see my screen. Great. Everybody is saying yes. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I get a short amount of time with you today. Normally, when I talk to my groups, I get a good full 90 minutes. So I'm going to move swift and right to the point to talk to all of you today. Just understand, when it comes to trading, you should never, ever, ever invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Please always trade with what is called equity management in mind. And we'll talk about that today, how we maximize our gains, minimize our losses through proper equity management. Now, for my out of the United States people in this room today, if you are in the market looking for a broker, a currency broker, I'm not sure how many of you are currency traders. AvaTrade is a company we've recently partnered with. Feel free to reach out to them. We've got a great relationship. If you're looking to somebody outside of the United States, go ahead and write that name down and they can take good care of you. So today's presentation, this webinar is really designed for one thing, and that is to help you decide if you see currency trading as something that you want to do. Now, I'm not here in this particular presentation to teach you how to be a trader in the currency market. That's why you'll become a student today. My job is really just to show you how we've helped people just like you all over the world make money consistently. That's the key in the currency market, and that you can do it too. Now, I know a lot of you are here because you're probably equities traders, stocks traders. Excellent. I know a lot of you are here looking to generate secondary income streams, third income streams. Great. And that's good. I'm happy for that. I've traded every asset class that there is that's out there. So I like all the different types of asset classes. So I commend all of you taking time out of your busy schedules to explore a new opportunity within the currency market. So let's officially get started. As you know, this is a live presentation. Make sure you've got a pen, you've got a piece of paper, you're prepared to take some good notes. It's going to go by very, very quickly. Now, just a quick introduction. I know Renee probably covered a little bit with me, or Reed. I've been involved in the financial services business for over 25 years. A lot of my early career as a broker was spent investing in options, trading options, invested in a lot of real estate. I trade pretty much exclusively now in the currency market, in the cryptocurrency markets. And we'll talk a little bit about that today, how I've built this foundation organization that we do. I'm located in Orlando, Florida. If you're ever in the Orlando, Florida area, feel free to look me up. We do some live events down here all the time. So when it comes to the currency market, what I need to know is, based on the group that we have in here today, if you were to rank your knowledge in the currency market on a scale from 1 to 10, do me a favor, jump into that chat box and let me know your knowledge on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being you're brand new to the currency market, 10 being you're a currency expert, you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So I know who I'm talking to. If I've got currency traders, or if you're mostly equities traders, options and stocks traders, let me know that as well. All right, so I've got Stephen as a 1, Josh is an 8. Let me know, everybody in here, kind of your background. All right, trader says no currency. Okay, Joseph is a 0, SB is a 1, Gary's a 9. Awesome, Gary. Anderson's a 1, Jack is a 5. Futures and Forex, Kenneth says, is a 7. Excellent. Awesome. So Warren's a 1. Ugo is that a -6, or is that just a 6? I'm not sure. All right. And then I've got, okay, a 6. Got you, my friend. All right. So I've got a bunch of 1s and 2s. Some of you 3 and 4s. A handful of you 6, 7s, right in that area. I've got Gary as a 9. Fernando as a 1. Okay, good. Well, for my more experienced people, give me a few minutes of grace, because I got to get the inexperienced people up to speed with some information in here. Now, understand, for the new people, when it comes to currency trading, it's what's called a zero-sum game. And what does that mean? That means that in every single currency trade, the winners of the trade get paid by the losers. And if you're trading and you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is just paying people who've got better tools, more knowledge, better coaches, better mentors, better software to work on. So if you're frustrated and you need help, you need to get yourself on the winning side of that curve. And that's what we do at our firm, Market Traders Institute. A lot of people think that we're brokers. We're not brokers. You can use any broker you want in the world to clear your currency trade. As I mentioned, One of the companies we like our international people to use is AvaTrade. You can check them out if you want to. But for 23 years, what we've been providing is a premier education portal, designing proprietary software, unique software and indicators, which I'm going to demonstrate some of it to you today. The most important thing I believe that we've done through the years is developed our mentoring and our coaching staff, our people that our students get to work with on a daily basis, and establishing our marketplace doing that. Now, we've gone through tremendous growth over the past 6 to 8 years, a lot of growth. And the reason for our growth is because of a philosophy that was adopted by our founder going back 22, 23 years ago, that we never leave a client behind. Now, in your notes, do me a favor. First thing I want you to write down for me is coaching and mentorship. Write down coaching and mentorship, because it's super important in our world. If you wanted to learn, if you were new about currency trading right now, you could jump into the internet, into YouTube or on Yahoo or Google, and search currency trading, and you could find a ton of information and videos and people purporting to teach currency trading. Having been around this for 25 years, let me tell you that the best way to become a successful currency trader, find somebody or an organization that has a proven track record of success, of making money in the currency market, but make sure they haven't just been doing it for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, but for decades. Then you got to make sure that they not only know how to make money, but can they effectively teach others. And if you find that person, that organization, stick yourself to their side as they teach, train, and mentor you till you become a successful currency trader. And that's really been our philosophy. This is our corporate office in Orlando, Florida. This is our building. I'm broadcasting live from the second floor of this building right now. We house about 200 employees out of here. We have live training events all throughout the year in our offices. Hopefully some point you can, if you're in the freezing cold north, which it's actually a little chilly for Florida here right now, come down and spend some time with us to work with our trainers, our teachers, our mentors. Now, through our growth, we're certainly getting recognized. We were ranked through Inc. magazine as high as the 592nd fastest growing private company in the U.S. So we're very honored with that. We were founded by this gentleman right here. This is Jared Martinez. He's known really throughout the financial world as the FX chief. He's been a best-selling author and a teacher. He leads our mentorship and our coaching programs. Just to give you a feel for Jared's experience, he's been trading the currency markets exclusively for 30 years. 30 years, 3 decades. Now, the past 3 years, to give you an idea of his results, in my FX book records, third-party verified accounts, he's been averaging about 2,000 pips a week. So 2,000 pips a week, if you're new, you may not know what a pip is. On a standard lot, that's $20,000 a week. That's $80,000 a month. Jared Martinez leads our mentorship, teaches our coaches, works with our coaching staff here at the organization. Those of you that come on board as a student will get a chance to work with Jared individually. Awesome teacher, awesome guy, loves working with the students. Now, 2 of the most important coaches you will have if you come on board today as a student are these 2 gentlemen on the screen right here, Tyson Clayton and Josh Martinez. Now, the next thing I want you to write down in your notes, because this is cool, this is exciting, this is part of what we do throughout the year as an organization. We have our predictions. I want you to write down in your notes 2018 declaration, or just 2018 DEC. Tuesday night, this Tuesday. So here in the United States, it's Friday morning, rolling into Friday afternoon here pretty soon. So this coming Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time. We have a live trading session that we have going on where we are lining out our targets. Now, we're looking at the pound pairs, okay, of opportunity if it hits the upside targets that we're looking at of close to 9,000 pips. On the downside, the bearish side, close to 6,400 pips of opportunity. We will be outlining, in fact, Josh will be doing it himself this Tuesday, 7 p.m., where he's going to be setting up those targets for our students. Now, what's unique about this particular session that we have this Tuesday is normally this is for our more experienced students that we have with us. We're actually, through a special with Investor Inspiration, going to invite 15 people out of this particular presentation today to sit in live in this event. If you would like to see if you can be one of the 15 qualified to sit in on this, real simple. All I need you to do is type in your telephone number in the chat box and just type in DEC for declaration. And we'll kind of go through that as the presentation goes on. Just type in your telephone number in DEC. It's going to be an awesome full trading event where we're live in the charts, we're lining up targets. It's going to be a pretty cool event. So our past results with these have been awesome. In fact, since 2014, we've had predictions of over 20,000 pips. So they've been there. And the reality is that all that's good. You know, how do you do? Well, the proof is in how the students do more than us. And, you know, I would do some research. If we're new to you, check us out on the web. Go to Market Traders Institute's Facebook pages and Josh's Facebook page. Gary, I've got your number. Great. We'll follow up with you on that. Alexander, Anna, Lillian, Frank, got a bunch of you. I've got your numbers. We'll follow up with you on that. Our students are making pips. I mean, that's just continuously why we're growing week after week, month after month as an organization. So my promise to you is by the time we wrap this up in about 45 minutes, if you don't already, you will for sure understand the potential, the power in the currency market. On top of that, you're going to see how you can have immediate profit potential without quitting whatever you're doing full time. Now, I'll tell you, you're going to see some unbelievable results of our students. Even seeing that, understand this is not let's get rich quick, let's become some sort of overnight millionaire. There's no such thing in the world of that. What we do is we teach a skill. Learning to trade the currency market is a skill that you learn to apply day after day, and repetition is the mother of all skills. But we teach, train, support, and we believe that we're the best in the world at doing that. So that's what we're going to do. Again, I know I've got some experienced people in here. My experienced people, hang tight. We're going to jump into the live market. I'm going to show you some of our unique indicators, some of our patent pending technology off of our Smart Trader platform. But I need to get the new people up to speed on some basic understandings and some basics in the currency market. First and foremost, having traded every asset class that they're out there, I focus primarily on the currency and the cryptocurrency market now because it affords a lot of advantages over other markets. First advantage that I like is the liquidity of this market. And that just simply means you're not stuck in positions. There's always buyers and sellers. You can get in and out of trades anytime that you want, okay? There's always going to be someone there to take your action. Now, the second thing about this market I love is the flexibility. It's a 24-hour day market. You know, the currency market in the United States opens up Friday, 5 o'clock, okay? Or excuse me, Sunday, 5 p.m. It's open all night, all morning, all day, every day till Friday at 5 p.m., okay? So for me, again, I'm 48 years old. I got a young family, a 12-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, a 6-year-old daughter. I got a wife who's a college professor, a dog, a cat, hamsters, fish. We're busy. I like the fact that I can trade around my schedule. I trade a lot in the evenings after my kids have gone to bed. One of my favorite strategies to trade is a strategy we teach internally here called the London breakout. The London market opens up in the middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning in the U.S. A lot of times I'll get up at 2, get my charts lined up and trade for about 90 minutes. Or I can trade normal business hours. The point is I'm not stuck to a market, you know, 9:30 to 5 in those types of positions. Now, the next thing about this market that I love is the size. And this is, you know, for a lot of people, it's new. Most people don't realize it's the largest market in the world. There's over $5.3 trillion traded back and forth on this market every single day. It's massive. And then focus. And again, as I said, I traded a lot of options, a lot of stocks. You know, if you're an equities trader, there's thousands of potential companies to invest in. Okay, it takes a lot of time, technically, fundamentally breaking that down. Well, from a currency perspective, worldwide, there is only 60 currency pairs. And for the most part in our organization, we pay attention to 20 or 21 of them. Probably 90% of our students' profits are made off of 10 pairs or cross pairs. And if you're in that session on Tuesday, we'll look at 4 or 5 opportunities. Very, very focused it keeps you. So you're not spending as much time looking as you are actually trading and investing. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do it as we dive into the market. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and switch on over right here. RC, I've got you as well. I'm not sure if that's your first name, my friend, TEC. but I've got your number as well. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up my charting software right here. Go ahead, bring this on up. Let me know. Oh, let me go ahead and bring this up. Okay, give me 1 second to bring up my charts here. All right, just got to start them up. They shut down on me. So I'm going to bring up my charts, and what you'll be looking at is what is called the Ultimate Charting Software. This is our own proprietary trading platform that we've developed internally here at Market Traders Institute. Spent a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, let alone millions and millions of dollars, creating what we believe is the best trading platform in the world. We've got a lot of our own proprietary tools, a lot of our own patent pending technology that you're going to get to see. Let me go ahead and bring this on up. Now everybody should be able to see the charts. Can you see the charts? Just give me a yes or the Y if you can see my charts for me right now. Just want to make sure since I've transferred over. You can see my charts. I have 6 currency pairs. Okay, good. Everybody's telling me yes. All right, so for those of you that are new, before we start diving into actual analysis and evaluating positions, new people, just understand trading currency is no different than trading any other market that's out there. You're looking in the currency market to buy when the market's moving up and make money, or sell when the market is pushing down, sell into the market and make money. The difference is, as a currency trader, you got a specific job in the sense that your job is to capture pips. Now, PIP is just an acronym for, price, interest, point. Price, interest, point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big definition or description of what a PIP is because it's not necessary. All I want you to understand for demonstration purposes today is pips are good. Pips are your friend. You want to capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving up. Capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving down. I'll show you in a moment how pips turn into profits. Now, on this particular screen, on this chart, if you look in the middle, you should see there's a watermark that says GBP NZD 1 hour. So what we're looking at is the Great British Pound New Zealand dollar 1 hour chart. Now, again, if you're new to this, these are candlestick formations and candlesticks on this chart. A candlestick is nothing more than a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Because we're on an hourly chart, these are all 1 hour candlesticks. If I click on one of these, you can see this particular candlestick was from the 15th earlier in the week at 4 o'clock in the morning. It had an open, a high, a low, and a close. All that means is this particular candlestick opened up, okay, dipped down, had a low, that's the wick, moved up, had a high, settled in and closed out the candle, then it opened up a brand new candle of which it dipped down, rose up, settled in and closed out, and it does it over and over to, real-time data, real-time live market conditions down here. Now, I'm going to quickly, before we start evaluating actual opportunities and showing you tools and indicators, I want to show you, for those of you that are new, the mechanics of a currency trade, how we turn pips into profit. Then we're going to get into automated tools and our power Fibonacci's. I know a lot of you here to see that. I promise you we're going to get into that in just a couple minutes. Let's just say, for example purposes right now, based on our coaching, our education, our technology, we decided to buy into a trade down here, and we sold out of a particular trade up here, okay? Bought down here, right in this area, and we sold right up here in this particular area. The difference between buying down here and selling up here is the difference between this number and this number would be the amount of pips we would profit, okay? Well, I can measure that very simply by grabbing my ruler and measuring right on up. Can everybody look up here in the top left-hand corner? And can you see, whoops, where my cursor is pointing? We would have been in this trade last week, January 11th, okay? So we've been in this trade January 11th, and we would have sold it a day later, January 12th, okay? We would have profited 267 pips, and we would have been in this trade for 15 bars. Now, bars are candlesticks because these are hourly candlesticks. 15 bars is 15 hours. So if everybody understands that, just type in yes or Y so we can move on. We would have bought down here, sold up here, pocketed 267 pips. Okay, for those of you that are new, this is how we translate pips into profits, okay? There's different strategies when you buy into the currency market. We trade in currency world in what are called lot sizes. There's 3 different lot sizes. You can trade with what is called a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot. Micro, mini, or standard. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking about a $20 US investment per trade. Now right there, that's one of the really great things about the currency market is it doesn't take a lot of money. You don't need a lot of capital to start. And you can start small and grow your account over time. Now I'll tell you that most of my students trade mini lots. Now a mini lot is a $200 investment and a standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. And each one of these have a profit value to them, a different profit value to them, okay? If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a $20 US investment per trade and a 10-cent per pip profit. Okay, so that's not a lot of money. If you think about that trade we talked about when looking at the charts, if we bought in down there on the 11th and invested $20 in a micro lot, we sold on the 12th later, got our $20 back from our broker. Obviously, we're going to pay a minor commission, a small commission. We made 267 pips. Well, our $20 investment profited us $26.70 based on 10 cents per pip. Obviously, again, not a lot of money, but that's a fantastic return. Obviously, it's more than 100%. Well, let's say we invest in a mini lot trade where we don't have to do anything different. We don't have to do any different analysis, any more time, energy, more effort, energy, anything. All we do is invest a little bit more money. We invest in a mini lot. Well, in this particular trade, we do the exact same thing. This time we invest $200 down here. We sell out up here, okay? We're in this trade for about 15 hours. We get our $200 back a day later. Now for every pip, we made $1 per pip. So our $200 investment turned into $467 in about 15 hours, less some commission. Obviously, that's a tremendous return on investment as well. Well, let's say you've been trading mini lots and you decide to step up and do a standard lot investment. Well, standard lot investment, you invest your $2,000. About 15 hours later, you get your $2,000 back. Now for every pip you generated, for every 267 pips, $10 per pip. So your return on that $2,000 investment is $2,670 less some commission. Now for new people, do you start to see kind of why this is the fastest growing market? First and foremost, you can start small, grow your account in confidence, but no other market in the world gives you the leverage and the buying power that this market gives you. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do it, what our traders are doing, how we work with our students all over the world in doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back over here to my charts, and we're going to start jumping into actual entry, exit points, indicators, all that. Can everybody see? Because a couple of you said you couldn't see my cursor. Can you see my charts now? Give me a yes or a Y if you can see my charts. Okay, good. Everybody's telling me that they can see my charts. That's all I need to know. You can see my charts, can see your chart. Okay, thank you. So the thing about the currency market that I love, the currency market loves to move in wave-like patterns. The currency market loves to move over and over and over again. It'll move up in these patterns, down in these patterns, up in these patterns, down in wave-like patterns over and over and over again. And obviously what we're looking to do is smart, successful traders, okay? Smart, successful traders, we're looking to buy into a particular position, potentially when it's low, move into this position and make money when it goes up, or obviously we're looking for the market to reverse and when it pushes down and make some money selling into the market when it moves down, okay? Obviously those types of opportunities right there. Now, there's 3 important things that every trader must know in a successful currency trade. You gotta know number 1, market direction. You gotta know number 2, when to get in, entry points. Number 3, when to get out. Now, as a student of our organization, the way that you factor these 3 things is through your education, through use of technology, through the use of your coaches, your mentors. One of the things that we will teach you, one of the strategies that we're really considered to be one of the best in the world at teaching in the currency market is understanding the concept of trading Fibonacci's. Now, for those of you that are new to Fibonacci's, you can do some research when I'm done, but just to let you know, very basic, Leonardo Fibonacci was a 13th century mathematician. What he discovered was the world of nature tends to have this rhythmic cycle built into it, okay? And what he found is that, animals would reproduce mathematically in a sequence of numbers, that plants would grow in a sequence of numbers and repeat it over and over again. If you looked at your thumbprint, it repeats itself over and over and over again. If you looked at the stripes on a zebra or the stripes on a caterpillar or the scales on a fish, they're not random, they're in a pattern. They're in a sequence of numbers that repeat themselves over and over and over again. Well, the beautiful thing about the market is, can you see my screen? Now I'm here, nobody can see my screen. Can you see this, please? Let me know if you can see the screen. Type in a yes or a Y. Okay, good. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, okay. So we've been talking about the Fibonacci's. Well, the beautiful thing about the currency market is it loves to repeat itself over and over and over again. Okay, so we apply mathematics through the use of Fibonacci, through the use of Fibonacci extensions and retracements. We use longer-term time frame Fibonacci's to determine direction, shorter-term time frames to determine entry and exit points. Now, let me show you quickly how this works. Okay, let me show you quickly how this works, and then we're going to apply this to the live market in just a minute here. All right, so we understand that the market moves in these wave-like patterns where it'll make what are called higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, and then it'll reverse and make a lower high, or excuse me, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and it does this over and over again. Well, we're going to apply some just basic technical analysis right now. I'm going to draw what's called an A boundary right here. This would be my B boundary right here. This would be my C entry, and this would be my D extension, okay? So I've got A, B, C, D. Now, at first, I'm going to manually draw out the Fibonacci's. In a minute here, I'm going to show you automation that we have, and then I'm going to layer on top of that our power Fibonacci indicators, which is really cool advanced stuff. But at first, I'm just going to simply draw a manual Fibonacci from point A right on up to point B. And we're going to do this in the live market in just a second. I'm going to draw out 3 buying zones. My first buy zone right here, I'm going to shade this one color red or pinkish kind of red. My next zone right here, oops, need that one. Let me fix that right there. This one needs to go up, my friend, to right there. Okay, good. So my next zone right here, I'm going to draw this one right here, a blue, a little bit of a blue color to distinguish it as a different zone. And then my last zone right here, I'm going to shade this one green. So can everybody acknowledge they can see the colors? I know we had some problems with the screens there. Red, blue, and now green. If you can see that, type in yes or the letter Y in the chat box for me. Okay, good. Everybody's telling me yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. Again, we're going to apply this to the live market in just a second. I want you to understand some basic principles, though. So let's say what we're looking to do in this example is once the market moves up from point A to point B and starts to pull back, we're looking for a reversal. What we're looking for is an entry point to get in, and then once we get in, let the Fibonacci analysis tell us when to sell as it moves up. Now, we use different indicators and different information to determine these reversal patterns. You're going to learn your candlesticks, your trend breakouts, trend line breaks, a lot of different things. I don't need you to worry about that right now. All I want you to understand for Fibonacci's is let's just say our reversal took place down here in the green zone. If I buy right down here in the green zone, what I'm going to do is hold on to this particular trade. I'm going to let the software do the work. I'm going to hold on to this all the way up as it's moving up. My broker's holding on to my money. I'm going to sell out of this trade. Excuse me. If you can imagine this green line or imaginary line coming all the way across, this is the 1180. I'm going to sell the second I hit that Fibonacci extension. Now, the reason for that is because based on the sequence of number, based on where this trend has been in the past, if I continue to hold past this 118, more than likely the trade's going to start to move against me. So if I buy in my green zone, I'm going to sell in my green zone. Well, if I buy in my blue zone based on the same type of principles, just a little different set of numbers, I'm going to sell when I hit my blue extension. Well, exact same thing if I buy in the red zone. The red zone is a much bigger buy zone, much bigger entry zone. if I buy in this particular zone, I'm going to hold on to this trade just like the previous two until I hit that associated color. If I buy in the red, I'm going to hold until I hit the red extension. So if everybody understands basic Fibonacci's, A, B, C, D, buy and sell, green to green, blue to blue, red to red, we can move on now and jump into live market. Type in yes, if you understand that concept. Okay, good. Everybody's telling me yes. So let's apply this towards some actual candlesticks, and then we're going to look at trades that are happening right this second. Okay, so I'm going to apply an A boundary down here. I'm going to apply a B boundary down here. We do all this live every day with our students. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my Fibonacci, come right over here, grab my Fibonacci from point A right on up to point B, just like that. Okay? Now, I don't know where my C entry point is yet, okay? It hasn't really distinguished itself. Well, I can clearly see, though, I've got a downward push, a downward trend, just by drawing a simple trend line right here. I got a downward trend. So what I'm looking for now is an entry point, somewhere for a breakout, an opportunity to get in. Well, if we watch this continue on, I get a nice little breakout right here. So that would be my C entry. That would be my entry point. Now, which color zone am I in right here? Can you see that and figure it out without me having to shade it? I'll draw the box. What color are we in right there? Type in the color in the chat box. Red. Yep, all of you are telling me red, 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 red. Well, if I buy in the red zone, I'm going to trade till I hit my red extension. I'm going to follow this along step by step. Now, I can factor out my target on this. If I buy here and sell at this extension and hit my target, I'm going to make 75 pips. So that would be a 75 pip target. Okay, so I got a 75 pip target. Well, I need to protect my downside, so I'm going to set my stop loss order up. Now, my stop loss order is just going to be an automated order that I set up at the numbers that I want to sell in case it moves against me, which trades are obviously going to move against me. If I am aggressive, I'm going to set it about 5 to 10 pips below my B entry, my C entry, my buy area. If I am conservative, I'm going to set it about 5 to 10 pips below my A. In this example, that would be about 25 pips. So now I've got a 3-to-1 risk ratio. Does everybody understand? We got a 3-to-1 risk ratio. We're willing to risk 25 pips to make 75 pips. So I execute my trade. I execute my trade and move, and moves off and boom. It hits my extension. Now I sell here. I don't chase it up. I sell here. I don't chase this up. That's what amateurs do. I sell right here. In this particular trade, we've been in this about 7 hours. So 7 hours, we would have made, right around $750 less some commission, okay? And then what do? Well, I'm going to automate this for you in just a second here, but I want to show you what we do next. What we do is we take away these indicators because we don't need them anymore. Whoops, bring that one back up. We don't need this anymore, this A. We don't need this trend line. We don't need this Fibonacci. And this is where it's interesting for a lot of people. Again, it's rinse and repeat. My old C is my brand new A right here. My B is right up here, okay? Now what I'm looking for is a brand new opportunity. So I'm going to grab my Fibonacci over here manually and draw from A right on up to B, just like that, okay? And I'm going to look for an entry point into this. Again, well, you can see, again, we got another trend line that we can draw that's pushing right on down for us. Very visual, very easy to see. So what I'm looking to do is get a breakout in this opportunity and look for a chance to buy into it. Okay, so here's my breakout. Again, we are in the red zone. Now understand, if it reversed down here in the blue, we would trade to the blue extension. If it reversed down here in the green, we would trade to the green. But in this example, same type of analysis, same type of indicator showed up. So we're going to trade till we hit our red extension. I would also absolutely 100% set up my stop loss order, and then I'm going to enter my trade. Okay, so we enter our trade. Tell me, does it hit our extension? Boom. And this is what I love for people that have never really used Fibonacci's, because when they start to see the power of the mathematics behind this, I mean, look at how it hits that extension, and it just, boom. It's almost like it's bouncing right off of it and moving down. In this particular trade right here, there was an opportunity for 126 pips in 17 hours. So again, on a standard lot, it's $1,270. profit. 17 hours. Not bad to be able to repeat that over and over again. But as cool as this is, let me show you how we take this to the next level. Let me how you take our 23 years of experience, our expertise, and we leverage that through the power of our tools. So I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to bring up a different currency pair. Okay, I'm going to bring up a different currency pair. And let me actually, I'm going to bring up, let's look at right here. Check this out. So I'm going to bring this up, and this is live market right now. I'm going to come up here. Can you see where it says MTI, where I'm hovering over with my cursor where it says Smart Tools? If you see that where it says Smart Tools. What I do is I click on this right here, and this brings up our proprietary tool chest, our own information right here. I'm going to click where it says Smart Fibonacci, and this is our own proprietary information. No other trading platform in the world has this except ours. I'm going to come right down here, and I'm going to click on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, click, boom, and it automates 100% my Fibonacci's. And you can see my ABCD process has repeated itself. It's repeated itself 1, 2, and it's in the process of repeating itself a third time right now. Well, if you look right here, you can see my very first time that it did this, and this is live to the second market right here. Here's my first A down here, okay? So my B would have been up here. My entry point would have been in this area in the red zone, and my first sell would have been to the red extension. Well, does it hit the red extension? You tell me. Right here, it hits all the way over right here at that extension. So this particular example right here, I would have been in this trade and could have made, if it hit that extension, in about 32 days, 215 pips. So 32 days, type this out here, 32 days, 215 pips on a standard lot. That's $2,150, less commissions, obviously, profit. And then you know what? It repeats itself. And these love to repeat themselves over and over again. The next one came right here. My next A was right here, okay? You can see it moved up. I had my B. My breakout was right here, okay? Was right here. And did it trade to the Fibonacci extension in this one? It's almost like clockwork, gang. Look at where it hit this extension right here, and that's when it pulled back and moved down. That's 470 pips in 22 days. 22 days, 470 pips. And what's going on right now? We're sitting in a brand new AB. Okay, what we're waiting for is this to distinguish itself. We've got our A and our B. And as this continues to push down right here, if this continues to push down this direction, we'll be looking for our entry point into this position and to ride this overall position up one more time. Would tools and a skill set like this help you in your investing life right now to be able to do this over and over again? Now, here's the thing, and this is where it gets really interesting. You can have on one ABCD move multiple entry points of opportunity. In one push of ABCD, there can be many entry and exit points and opportunities to make multiple trades. Majority of the time, if somebody is lucky enough to catch one of those, they're happy. But how about having a tool that's automated that takes all of the sophistication of the Fibonacci analysis, trend lines, ABCDs, everything, and automates it not only to find the trades, but to set up every single one of your entry positions for you. That is what we do through what we call our power Fibonacci's, okay? That's what we do through our power Fibonacci. So let me show you exactly how this works. All right, get rid of, hold on one second. I'm gonna hide my screen for a second so I can pull this up. Okay, here we go. All right, good. Let me show you exactly how this works. It's super cool. Everybody take a look at this particular chart right here. All right, if you look at this chart right here, the ABCD pattern has repeated itself 7 times in a row. 7 times in a row. And with the Auto Fibonacci feature, all you do is you click on the low price, you find that low and you click. And you will draw this out with one mouse. Now, here's the thing. We are looking at profit opportunities automated through all of this. And if you got into these trades in 1 month period, there's opportunity of trades like I just showed you a moment ago, up to 400 pips. That's $4,000. You do that a couple times a month. That's $80,000. That's $100,000 a year trading part-time. If you caught all of these opportunities, that was over $16,000 of opportunity just in one pair. And what we do is we're looking for that C entry point. Once we find that C entry point, we got the AB. We wait for that C entry point when it lines up with the Fibonacci. And then we set up our downside to protect it, and we trade to the color. And it creates that opportunity. Now, again, people always ask me, do I have to sit here and watch for every single entry point, every C entry point? What if there's multiple entry point or exit points? Well, that's the beauty of our Power Fibonacci course. What we've done through this indicator is we've taken all this information and we've automated it through our Power Fibonacci tool. Now, let me show you exactly how this works. If you look right here, can everybody see where we've got a breakout on this chart right here? Can you see that breakout? Type in yes or Y if you can see that breakout, Y-E-S. Okay, good. Everybody can see that. So now all I do is I grab my tool up here, my Smart Fibonacci tool, and I let it automate my Fibonaccis. It draws 100% accurate for me. So it's drawing out my Fibonaccis. Now what I don't know is if this continues to move down, will I have an entry point here, 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 or I could have multiple entry points. So what I do instead of sitting here babysitting it, I want to, with a couple clicks of the mouse, set it up so I can go to work, so I can go for a run, so I can go to my son's soccer game and have everything automated 100%. My stop, my limits, and trade to the correct colors. Watch how this works. Come right over here and I click this button and I bring up my Smart Fibonacci, my Power Fibonacci settings. I click on Select All Lines and it hits every one of those retracements. Now my particular unique little trading style is I like to take the top and the bottom off. I like to trade the middle four. As you work with coaches and you use this software, you'll develop your own unique styles. And then I apply this with a click of the mouse. Boom. If you look over here in that circle, can you see all these dotted lines that have appeared? See those dotted lines? Just type in a yes. Because what that's telling us is that each one of those retracements, automatically with 2 clicks of the mouse, all of my orders have been set. Everything is done. It's all set 100%. The automation takes care of everything moving forward. I can look at all my orders by clicking on my trading, bring up my order entry, bring it the ticket. Right here, it's got everything that I need to know. It's got the currency that I want to trade. Got the amount that I want to trade. In this example, it's mini lots. So if any one of those goes off, it's a $200 commitment, a $200 investment. The buy prices are here at each of the correct Fibonacci levels. And the best part is my stops are put in automatically to protect my downside, and the limits are put in at the correct colored line to trade color to color. Okay? Because remember, what we want to do is if we buy in the red zone, trade to the red extension. Buy in the red zone, trade to the red extension. Buy in the red zone, trade to the red extension. Buy in the blue zone, trade to the blue extension. Well, I captured this screenshot live when I was doing this because it hit perfect and hit 2 of my targets in the green zone as market orders. I traded this into this, made 100 pips in front of my audience in about 20 minutes. It was pretty cool, so I saved this. I traded another one right in front of my audience where it hit my target. Now this one I had a micro lot on, made 658 pips, which again, that's not bad. And in about an hour's time, if I'd had it on a standard lot, that'd have been $6,000 profit. Again, let me show you how this works. All you do is you come over here, you click this gear. I click the gear, I click click my gear, I click my targets, okay? Again, I can take my top, my middle, or my bottom one off. I hit my Power Fibonacci settings right here, and 1, 2, 3, boom. All of my trades are 100% sitting right here for me. I'm going to stretch it out so you can see it a little bit easier. Sitting right here, ready to automate. That when it comes down and it hits any one of these extensions, it's going to trade from color to color, automate this for me 100% with stops, limits, and everything. And the beauty of this program is it saves you so much time, so much energy and effort, and it has 100% accuracy. But the best part is the results that it's been producing. The results have been absolutely fantastic. If you look at what our students have been doing, I mean, just check this out. Hayward closed out the week with 4,850 pips in a week. Dan, I'm averaging 5,500 pips a week for 7 straight weeks. That's life-changing money. Tom, 2,080 pips of profit on that particular trade. This was actually just about a year ago when Trish was here in our offices in Orlando. She came down to one of our live events. That's Josh Martinez, one of your coaches. Great job, Trish, on banking 1,200 pips in a week. That's $12,000 on a standard lot. What if you make half of that? Is that going to improve your 2018 financial goals? Elizabeth, the first 2 months of 2017, my FX book records say I made 4,250 pips in January and February. And I can go on and on. In fact, you can see all of these live, updated daily on Facebook. In fact, last year, January 1st, 2017 to December 31st, our students generated in real money trading accounts over 3.3 million pips. That's over $33 million on a standard lot. So how many of you in this webinar, and I've got about a few minutes left here, would like to see how you can use this program for the next 60 days risk-free, how you can be coached with us for the next 60 days for risk-free, everything that goes along with our system. If you'd like to see that, type in yes in the chat box. I've been doing this a long time. The Ultimate Traders Package on Demand, to me, is the best education, the best software application. The most important thing, the best people have been put together. So it's broken into some phases. Each one of these phases we will cover in a little bit of detail here, and I'll go as quickly as possible. Phase number 1 is going to be a 2-day class. You will get a 2-day class that if in the future you want to fly to Orlando, Florida, come to our beautiful facility, we can train you here in person. At first, you're probably going to want to do this over the internet. We do it all live web broadcast. We record it, we archive it, you have access to it unlimited as a student. This is where we will spend 2 solid days teaching our systems, our software, our platforms to you. The second phase is our ongoing education portal, which is the back office to our website. We have beautifully videoed all of our training sessions, our experts teaching our indicators. You have access to this unlimited 24 hours a day. And that's available to you as a lifetime as a student. Now, the third phase is our trading platform. This is our own proprietary platform. It's web-based. This works on your tablets, on your smartphones. It travels everywhere with you. All the tools, I only got to show you a couple of our unique tools that we have. We've got a lot of very unique proprietary tools that we will demonstrate you'll have access to. You get to work with Jared Martinez himself. I mean, how many of you worked with a trader that's averaging 2,000 pips a week? That's averaging 8,000 pips a month. You're going to go through his fast track mentorship. And then, gang, to me, the most important thing is our daily live webinars. Every single day, we are live with our students when the market is open, teaching, training, outlining trades. You're going to have the ability to download our trading experts workspaces. They go directly right on your charting platform. A lot of really cool tools and indicators that are all access available for this, okay? So here we go. What's involved with this next? Well, we give you on top of all of this a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee that you can try this out anytime, and in the next 60 days, if you don't like what you got, you don't think it's a good return on investment, we'll give you 100% of your investment back. Now, the market value of this program, well over $10,000. If you go online and you get it, you can get it anytime you want on our website for $7,995. We have an investor inspiration special going on today. You can come on board risk-free 100% with a 60-day in-writing 100% money-back guarantee for $49.95, save you $3,000 right off the top. And we do have some payment plans. I'll cover that in a minute. Very easy for you to get started. All I need you to do at this point in time, even if you previously did it, put your telephone number in the chat box. I'll have an education specialist reach out to you, answer all your questions, go through everything you need to know, get you scheduled for your orientation, get you lined up so you're ready to be trading live with us on Tuesday with Josh. We need to get you scheduled for an orientation either later today or Monday to go through the basics, how to get everything downloaded, ready to go, so you're ready to go with Josh on Tuesday. Okay, I've got your number, Alex, Brandon, Angela, I've got your number, Trevor, I've got your number. We'll follow up with you. Again, as I mentioned, since 2014, we've had over 20,000 pips anticipated. Pretty cool stuff. This next movement is going to be awesome as well. Looking forward to working with all of you. And on top of that, again, Gang, we're going to give you about $16,000 of bonuses and extra value in software. Now, there's two ways to invest in the program today. You have what's called an option A and an option B. Option A is, as I just talked about, that's a one-time payment. You get a 40% discount. You pay for it all at once. You get the next 60 days to evaluate us. If you don't get the return on investment you want back, we give you your money back. If you need a payment plan, we can be very flexible with a payment plan. You can start with a little bit of money down. What you need to do, if you'd like to hear about our payment plans, we can customize them for your budget. You're an option B. So if you're an option A, just type an A next to your number. If you're an option B and you'd like to talk to an enrollment counselor about a payment plan, just have a conversation with them, type in a B, and they will follow up with you as well. So I've got you, Thomas as an A, Elizabeth as an A, Oliver's a B, Liam's a B. Excellent, gang. All we ask is, as you have success, do me a favor. Jump on Facebook. Get your information out there. Post it out, because with social media, it's been amazing, the results that we have had. We just ask people get out there and continue to spread the word. I mean, this is actual chat log from one of Josh's trading session asking how everybody's doing this week. 745 pips, personal record of 694, 850 pips, 3,200 pips, gang. Just post that for us. Now, the last thing I have is one more. I've got a phone number you're going to see on the screen right here. Actually, let me know when you see this phone number. I'm going to put this on the screen for you, 2417. Oops, 2417. All right, I just sent you out a number to everybody. If you pick up the phone and call into this number right now, you get on the phone with one of my education specialists. I've got 4 vouchers. The first 4 of you do that, I'll take an additional $1,000 off the program. You'll get everything I talked about with the 60-day in writing 100% money back guarantee for $39.95. All I need you to do, though, is type in calling into the chat box so we know who's calling in, because I've only got 3 of those vouchers. If you're going to call in, just start calling in right now. We'll get you taken care of. Beck, I've got you calling in. Anthony's going to call in. Cool. So all of this comes with it today. I know I'm going quickly. Normally, I spend about 90 minutes. I can go a little bit slower into everything, but all of this is included 100%. You have access to all of these, and we're going to give you in writing 60-day 100% money back guarantee. Go ahead and call in, Charles. I know you've got some questions with that. We will be happy to get you taken care of. And yes, we will go over all of this. We're very unique with our payment plans. We can customize stuff to fit people's budgets. It's really just kind of individually up to folks and what they can manage. So I've kind of come down to my time here. I appreciate everybody's time. I hope you have a great rest of the time with your speakers, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Have a great day. Thank you.